Welcome to tonight's episode of One Drink, Three Bars Last Call. I'd like to give a welcome back to my subscribers, and if you're new here, I'd like to welcome you as well. Tonight, we're going to explore a couple of products from Tennessee, a couple of my favorite products, Jack Daniels and a new flavor of Mountain Dew called Mountain Dew Spark. I was kind of surprised when I looked back at the videos I've made so far and I didn't see one with Jack Daniels in it. I've been drinking this stuff for years. As you can tell by some of the stuff in the background, I'm a pretty big fan of it. The pictures, I've got the Sinatra Select bottle, the single barrel. Of course, today since I'm mixing, I'm going to be using our classic black label. I'm such a big fan of Jack Daniels. I've actually been a card-carrying member of the Tennessee Squires since 2009. Now, what is the Tennessee Squire? It's basically an exclusive club for Jack Daniels mega fans. It's free to join, but you have to be nominated by a current member. And if you are a member, you can nominate 3 people per year. When you're a Squire, some of the benefits include a 1 by 1 inch plot of land in Lynchburg, Tennessee, which you get a deed to, and it looks like this. It's a pretty cool certificate. It actually has a seal with the Squire Association logo on it. And you get a lot of letters updating you about what's going on your land. For example, the last one I had was about one of the neighbors wanting to build a rock wall around his 1 by 1 inch plot, and I'm thinking that's probably gonna be a wall built out of pebbles. But they send you kind of like funny letters, and every year they send you a calendar, like a really nice calendar that kind of shows some scenes from the town of Lynchburg and like the people who live there and the people who work at the distillery. So it's like a fun thing to be in. Now, I've been making the drink Lynchburg Lemonade since before I was even a Squire. It was one of the first things I ever learned to make when I was old enough to drink. It was invented in 1980 by Tony Mason, a bartender in Huntsville, Alabama. Now, the usual standard recipe for this calls for an ounce of Jack Daniels, an ounce of triple sec, an ounce of sour mix, and then you top it off with Sprite. I'm going to put my own spin on it and do a slightly upgraded version. So for starters, I'm going to put in 1.5 ounces of Jack Daniels instead of 1 ounce, just because I like a little extra. And then next I'm going to substitute 1 ounce of Cointreau for the 1 ounce of triple sec. They're both orange liqueurs. This one's just a little bit nicer, a little bit smoother. I make them with triple sec all the time and they're both good, but they're a little better with this. And then, instead of just using a prepackaged sweet and sour mix, I'm going to use 1/2 ounce of simple syrup and 1/2 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. It's the same thing, it's just the fresh version. Finally, I'm going to add a couple dashes of orange bitters. That's another addition that I'm taking liberties with. I'm going to take this, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to grab my jar with ice in it out of the freezer. So we're going to take all of these ingredients and strain them into our jar. And like I said, the original recipe uses Sprite, but I'm going to use Mountain Dew. It was actually invented in Tennessee, and the people who invented it were looking for something good to mix with liquor, so it couldn't be much more appropriate. And I think the lemon and raspberry flavors are going to taste awesome in this. And then I'm going to garnish it with a couple of raspberries and a little lemon wedge. Put my glass straw in it. And there we have it, our Lynchburg Lemonade. Or should I say our Lynchburg Raspberry Lemonade. I can chug those down a lot faster than I probably should. It's really, really refreshing. The original recipe is great, but this is just like a whole other level.